wanted to discuss something today, which I'm leaning into a little bit. I always see people posting, lose your salvation and once saved, always saved doesn't work, and they'll pull out their pet scriptures and slam them against the wall and go, see, huh. And I refuse to do dueling scriptures. I can go up and find mine also. But context is king. I was reading in Matthew this morning, and it's little words that make big choices. Little words reveal a lot. And I saw the word his. His. To belong to him. If you belong to him, you're his. Now, you're not his unless you're a good boy, or as long as you keep a certain standard. That's the law. I mean, you're his, but if you have this, or you do that, or you can do this many times, I always want to ask these people, well, how many adulterous affairs can you have? How much pornography can you see? How much stealing can you do, even if it's, let's say paper clips from your office or something, something simple. Just something that doesn't belong to you. How much of that can you do? How much hatred can you have in your heart? What? You're a Christian and you have hatred in your heart that you got to work through? See, they still have a hard time abandoning the call of being a Judaizer because they have a line, his. And I was meditating on that, and I see his. And it isn't, my salvation is not based upon, am I a good boy? And did I do good today? It's based upon, am I his? He even says, depart from me, you worker of iniquity. I never knew you. You're not one of mine. He says, my sheep hear my voice. My sheep follow me. Do you hear his voice? In a situation where you're knowing what to do, do you hear his voice in that situation? It's not did you do what the voice said. Do you hear the voice? Some people don't hear the voice of Christ. They can be horrible or mean, nasty, adulterous. They are not of him. If you're of him, you'll be repentant. All of a sudden you see this pretty girl and you let your eyes wander. You let your eyes, guess what? That voice will come. Oh, sorry, Lord. It's okay. Let's keep moving. His. There are little words which makes a lot. And we don't see them talking about this. Look for the word his. Are you his? Not did you obey him? My son is down visiting. Is there an every day that he will not be mine? I won't give away too much, but he left once for a year. Did his own thing. I didn't even know where he was. He was still mine. Am I his? Are you his? Not did you obey him today? If you have a relationship based upon obedience, you're based upon a law. The salvation that Christ gives us is based upon a covenant between Jesus and God. I'm nowhere to be found in that. It's like Citibank's chases you down for the $1,000 you owe them. Well, maybe you borrowed that $1,000 to give to me. So you pay the $1,000, you bear the loss, and then you look at me and say, forget about it. It's all good. And that's salvation. Forget about it. It's all good. So Citibank, being the law, cannot come after me in any way, shape, or form, because when Citibank tries to charge me for something, Jesus goes, sorry, he's paid up in full. Go away. And now the law, Jesus is between me and the law. And you might say, great, you get to do what you want. What if I could? Think about it. What if I could? Do I want to have a adulterous relationship against my wife in spite of my Lord? Do I want to be a thief in spite of the culture and against my Lord? Do I want to be an angry murderess in my heart, which is against society and against my Lord? Maybe something might be against society and against my wife or against our culture or morality, but it's against the one who paid off all my debt. See, that's the difference. What motivates you away from sin? Is fear, or is it your personal responsibility, honor, and love? And you might still fail. Guess what? The one who forgave you the debt will forgive you and is constantly forgiving you. He's constantly standing there between me and the law, between me and the one, we talk about Satan being and the accuser of the brethren. When he accuses me, he goes, sorry, go pick somebody else. Do I want to avail myself of this liberty? Oh, good. That's a free pass to do whatever I want with anyone I want, wherever I choose. Or do I say, thank you, and I want to be yours? At the end of the day, you are his, believer. The question really is, is he yours? And when I say, are you his, I'm not saying that you have a stake in your salvation. You don't. Salvation is appropriated by Jesus and God. You're in the beneficiary clause. Now, if you think that you can do what you want, you're probably not his. My sheep hear my voice, and where I'm going with that, like I think I put on another video, is that, you're saved, and if you're sinning, the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, the Word, the implanted Word, will come up and say, you shouldn't be looking at a girl like that. No, you shouldn't be watching this. You shouldn't tell that joke. It will guide you. See, that's how you know. When you want to honor Christ more than you want to participate in something that you know is sin. And when you fall, he's there to forgive you. He's not keeping score. He's in a relationship that does not keep score. Well, I forgave you last week and last month, and golly gee, this is getting old. See, that's what they're saying. They're saying you're in a relationship with somebody who's looking at you going, I forgave you of that 3 weeks ago, and I forgave you of that last month, and oh my gosh, Wow, that's not much of a relationship. He's that father who's there even when you fail. He's that father that you want to please. So, no, you cannot lose it, because there's not a good relationship if you could. My sons cannot lose the relationship with me. My daughters cannot lose the relationship with me. And the Father loves you even more than I love them. You cannot lose that relationship, but the question is, did you ever establish that relationship? By faith through Christ. If you're trying to get to the Father through anybody else, it's not going to work. And if you come to him with an unrepentant heart, it's not going to stick. He knows your heart. In Jeremiah, it says he sees the reins of your heart. He doesn't just see what you do. He sees if you have adultery firmly planted in your heart, even though you haven't touched a woman. You have thievery firmly planted in your heart. But are you willing to sanctify and work that stuff out? And you're not going to get it all out. That's where he's always forgiven you. We've got to get away from our actions. That's what the book of Galatians is about. You got to get away from your actions, and you just have to get into the one who's yours. So, you're his. Now, I spend my life trying to remind myself that I belong to him, and I don't belong to myself. I need to watch myself, not so that I lose my salvation, but that I have the chance to glorify him. That's the difference between the two. One of them's fear. I'm going to lose my salvation. I just, did the one last time. Fortunately for us, there is no one last time, because if there was, I'd have passed it a long time ago.